guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be another empties. So in case you are new to the beauty community and you don't know what an empties video is, it's basically a video in which I talk about my beauty trash, so products which I have used up completely 100%, and I share my last and final thoughts on the products before I toss them in the dustbin is what we're going to be talking about today. I make a ton of videos like these. I want to say I have done over 10 or 15 for my whole span that I've been on YouTube, and I have a whole playlist of those videos, so if you want to go and binge watch on them, because these are the best kind of reviews you can ever find. I will leave a link to the playlist in the description box, and also if you're new to my channel, definitely make sure that you subscribe before you continue watching or before you click out of this video. And I do post 3 times in a week: Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays. So if you don't want to miss on it, miss those videos basically, definitely make sure you subscribe, and also hit on the bell, which is next to the subscribe button, because that way you will get notified. If you don't click on it, you will not get notified and you will probably just forget about me. So yeah, definitely make sure that you do that as well. But now let's dive right in and talk about all of these things. Now with some of these products, I'm getting a sense of deja vu. I feel like I have spoken about them in the past, maybe in an empties, maybe in a review. I mean, reviews I know for sure I've done, but some of them I don't know, I'm getting the deja vu feel. So if I have mentioned them in a previous empties, I'm sorry. Sometimes I will take products out, show them in empties, and then I will them back by mistake. I don't know, and I feel like that sense of deja vu specifically for 2 of these products. First of all, the Clinique Take the Day Off cleansing balm. Now I have done a whole dedicated video on this product in my hashtag Worth the Hype series. It was, I think, the second product I spoke about in that series, and it is a more expensive product. By the way, I do have the smaller size. They sell the smaller size and then they have the full size. I got this one in a set last year when Sephora had a few Clinique sets when they were having the Black Friday weekend, I believe. I bought the Moisture Surge and I bought this both in sets with other products as well, and I tried and tested this out for you guys, and I have used up the entire thing. Let me show you, and I do really like the product. I know it's not perfectly wiped down, but I did a pretty good job, as good as possibly I could. And okay, I was trying to put on the cap and then it just rolled and went to a different corner of the room, and I'm not gonna go get it. But yeah, I do really like this product. I do feel like it can be a tad bit expensive for the quantity that you get, and there are other affordable cleansing balms that give you more quantity. But I am right now in this process of testing out different ones. I have the Dot & Key one. I'm planning on also buying the Plum one, but whenever I try to buy it, it's always out of stock. So yeah, I'm going to continue trying, and I'm going to compare different cleansing balms before I decide which one is the best value and which one is the most economical for the price you pay and the quantity you get. But if you are interested in trying this out, I would definitely recommend that you get this size. It's around 800-900 bucks, so it's not you're spending a ton of money all at once. So buy it, try it out, see how long it lasts. 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, a year, depending on how often you wear makeup, and then I think you should decide for yourself. Personally, I do really like it, but I am not 100% sure if I'm going to repurchase it, depending on, again, the situation. But if I see this in a set or anything again in the future, or if I see an offer on this, I will definitely pick it up because it's a great product. Moving on, next, another product which I mentioned in a hashtag Worth the Hype series very recently actually is the Klairs Midnight Blue Calming Cream. Now this one is a very expensive product, and I have a dedicated video, again, like I mentioned already, on this. So I feel like you should definitely go ahead and check out that video, and I have mentioned the particular kind of skin type and skin concerns which this product will be great for. If you have those skin concerns and that particular skin type, then I think this is a great product for you. Otherwise, it's just an overpriced moisturizer. For me, it's an overpriced moisturizer, but for you, this might be an absolute savior. So go ahead and check out that video. I will not repurchase this for sure, but it might be a great product for you. So yeah, watch that video and then make up your mind. Moving on next to another overpriced product, which honestly I was a little disappointed with. I'm not gonna lie. It's now discontinued, so I can't repurchase it even if I wanted to. But if it was still available, I would still not repurchase it. And that's the Face Shop Chia Seed Moisture Recharge Serum. I know a lot of people love the chia seed range. I did not dislike it, but it did not change my life. The range is pretty much filled with a lot of simple hydrating products. And just for simple hydrating products, I just felt like the price, it was definitely overpriced. I've mentioned a couple of the products in like previous empties. This one I think somehow reached like the bottom of my empties bag in which I store off all of my empties, which is why I didn't mention it in like a previous video. But yeah. I think I kind of wasted my money because it's overpriced. So yeah, that was that. Moving on to another hydrating product. It's a very simple hydrating essence. It's the Miniso. It belongs to the aloe vera series, aloe vera moisturizing essence. I do really like it. I feel like if you have normal to dry skin, you will despise this product because you will be like, this makes my skin feel so dry. But if you have more, I would say combination oily, not even normal, I feel like for normal skin also, it might not be enough. This is a great kind of like hydrator for combination oily skin because it's kind of, I want to say, mattifying also because of how extremely lightweight, and it will like literally absorb into your skin within 2 seconds. So yeah, if you have combination oily skin, you will really like it. Do I think I will repurchase this? To be honest, no, because I'm not sure how and where I exactly stand when it comes to like hydrating products, like just simple hydrating products, because I'm just really a little bit confused. Like, I know how important hydration is because I've had dehydrated skin in the past, and that's not a good place to be whatsoever. But I'm just like, I need to find a good hydrating product which is a value for money, so not super expensive. Also, maybe something that is not super small because, like, I will go through, like, this is what, 35 grams. I will go through this in like a month if I'm using it every day, and then I will have like 12 bottles like this at the end of the year. So it's like I'm going through a lot of packaging as well, and I'm trying to be as eco conscious as possible these days. So I kind of don't really like to buy small sizes of products which I end up going through very quickly, if you know what I mean. So it's definitely a good product, but I don't see myself repurchasing it. So yeah, that is that. Moving on to probably one of my most recent empties. It's the Himalaya Aloe and Cucumber Refreshing Body Lotion. Now this is something I used basically, I would say end of July, beginning of August is when I kind of got back into using body lotions. If you have been a regular subscriber, viewer of my channel, you would know that I am not I've never been a super big fan of body lotions because sometimes they can be too heavy, too sticky, and then when I'm putting clothes on, after I put on body lotion, my clothes are like uncomfortably sticking to my body, and I don't like it. If my hair is down, my hair is also going to stick to my hand. So yeah, that's kind of why I stay away from body lotion. But recently I kind of got back into using body lotions, and this was one of the first ones that I started using because I had like already used half of it. So I was like, this is going to be easy to like use up and kind of see if I like body lotions and how I feel about them in general and all of that. And I did really like this one. It's got a very simple, pleasant scent, not something super overpowering, not really fragranced. And I also liked the consistency and like the way it's formulated because it's not super thick, not super heavy on the skin, but still moisturizes. So yeah, I did really like it. But would I repurchase this one? Probably not, because I am pretty sure I'm going to enjoy the cocoa one, which I already have in my collection. So if I end up repurchasing a Himalaya body lotion, I would repurchase that one because it like smells better. This one is good if you don't want a very strong, obvious scent in your body lotion, then you will like this one. So yeah, that was that. Moving on next to a sunscreen, I have this one also. For some reason I feel like why am I getting deja vu with so many of these products? I don't really know. So I'm very sorry if I've mentioned this in a previous empties, but it's the L'Oreal Paris UV Perfect Aqua Essence City Face Mist. This is basically a spray sunscreen. So if you can hear, it has that, I guess it's a ball or something which is inside. So every single time you use it, you shake it up really well so that you make sure there is no like residue and like the product doesn't settle down in the bottom as well. So yeah, this one I feel like is a good body sunscreen if you want one, but for my face it's a little too oily and sometimes it can kind of leave like a white cast. So if you are not like massaging it well into the skin and if you're going to wear makeup, it's kind of going to be like a difficult situation. So that's the reason I wouldn't personally repurchase it. And it's also a little expensive for a body sunscreen. This one is 835 rupees for 64 grams. So yeah, I think it should be ml not grams, but I'm not sure again. But yeah, overall I just think it's super expensive as a sunscreen, and there are so many other sunscreens which I know and I love, which is kind of why this kind of goes to like the bottom of the list. So yeah, would not repurchase this, and basis what I described, if you think you would like it for some reason, then go ahead and check it out. Otherwise, stay away. As simple as that. Moving on next, a product which you again see kind of often in my empties, I want to say, is the Nykaa IM 24x7 Kajal. This is one of my favorite eyeliners. I'm currently wearing it right now. Obviously not this one. I have a newer one which I bought when I was like running low on this one. It's a retractable Kajal pencil, and those are the kind of eyeliners that I use. So yeah, it's one of my favorites. I've repurchased this, I want to say 4 or 5 times at this point. Haven't really counted, but yeah, I've already repurchased it and I have my new one lying in my collection. Absolutely love it. It does not transfer in the crease and like give you like that black residue in the crease, so doesn't smudge, lasts all day long, but it's not super duper difficult to remove either. At the end of the day, with any cleansing balm or by face makeup remover, you can take it off. So yeah, absolutely freakingly love this product and would highly recommend. I don't really know how well it works as a kajal. I can only tell you as an eyeliner because I don't wear it as a kajal. So yeah, moving on next, the Biotique Bio Coconut Cream. This one, like the writing has completely gone off the packaging, because like I would take this, apply it on my face, and then with those greasy hands I would like close it back up. So because of that, the writing has completely gone off. But yeah, this is a great moisturizer if you want like a heavier, thicker, creamy moisturizer. For normal to oily skin, it's great as a night cream. I would never imagine using this in the daytime, but if you have normal to dry skin, you can use it both as a morning and night cream. Really like it. It's also very affordable, so that is great as well. If you are not a big fan of Biotique because of kind of like the shadiness that goes behind with them not mentioning all the ingredients on the packaging, then you could probably skip this. But I don't see myself repurchasing this per se, but it is a good product if you know what I mean. I have a lot of other like creamy moisturizers in my collection right now, which I'm currently using. Once I use all of them up, I will decide which one to repurchase, which one to not. So yeah, those are my thoughts on this. Moving on next, this is another one of the products which I thought that this would be a holy grail, and if I mean I think I would repurchase it. It's not available in India, so like I have time to decide if I want to repurchase it or not. It's the Ola Henriksen Truth, like it's from the Truth line, their orange packaging line, and it's the Banana Bright Eye Cream. This is basically like a brightening eye cream. I believe it has vitamin C in it, which kind of gives you a brightening look, and it kind of had like a salivin color to it, so it's kind of like color correcting as well. So I did really like it, but it's not available in India, so even if I want to repurchase it, I can't. And if I had to, I would like to, but then the fact that it's a little expensive, and I'm not someone who really thinks that eye creams are extremely important. I mean, I could use a nice moisturizer under my eyes and it would work like an eye cream because it would moisturize the area. So yeah, for that reason, I feel like I'm not sure. Depending on when I get the chance to repurchase this, if I like, I will decide based on what my stance is on eye cream at that point of time. And currently, my favorite eye cream is the Kaya Under Eye Gel. I think it's called the Light and Smooth one. That is also a little expensive. And again, like I mentioned, I'm not the biggest fan of eye creams, but the reason I really like that one is because the way it feels under the eyes. So it might not look the absolute best, it might not get rid of dark circles, but it's a good experience. Like it's a good, like, feel good kind of a product, so that's the reason I really like that. So this one I am not absolute freakingly sure on, but if you want something that kind of color corrects a little bit, and if you can get your hands on Ula Henriksen products in any way, and you don't mind spending on an eye cream because you have like severe maybe dark circle issues or something like that, I would definitely recommend it. So it's a good product, but I don't know how important it is for me and my skincare, if you know what I mean. So yeah, that was that. Moving on to the last two products and then we will be done with this video. I have a charcoal face wash and I have a scrub. Now this is one of the, like, you have probably not seen me mention a scrub for the longest time on my channel and in my skincare routine videos, because I've kind of stopped using physical scrubs and moved towards chemical exfoliation. But this was one that I bought a long time back and was lying at like the back of my cabinet. So I was like, you have already spent your money on this, even though it's not a lot of money, but just use it and see how it works. And I did use it and I liked it. But then now for some reason, whenever I use a physical scrub, even though it might not be very harsh on the skin, like this one has orange peel and oatmeal in it, so it's not like a walnut scrub that is like super harsh on my skin or anything. But whenever I use some sort of physical exfoliant, I can feel like I am torturing my skin, if you know what I mean. So yeah, that's the reason I'm just like, I don't want to use physical scrubs at all. So I will definitely not be repurchasing this. But if you like a physical scrub and you want that physical exfoliation, I do recommend this because it's better than using like a walnut scrub, something that is actually harsh and abrasive on your skin. So yeah, that was that. And the Kaya Activated Charcoal Anti-Pollution Face Wash is basically a carbon cleanser. I did really like this. I think it works well as like the first step, and then you move on to use a micellar water to make sure that every bit of makeup is off your face. That's what I mainly use carbon cleansers for, is my evening cleanser to get rid of my makeup. And this one is priced at rupees 250 for 50 ml, so it's definitely a more expensive carbon cleanser. I've seen more affordable carbon cleansers, so that is one of the main reasons why I would not highly recommend it. I would say you can easily find something that is comparatively more affordable, but then again, if you want to try it, go ahead and try it. Personally, I wouldn't repurchase this or any other carbon cleanser because I've kind of moved away from carbon cleanser and micellar water to using cleansing balms, because I feel like it's one step, I'm using less product. So that to me is also a little bit more eco-conscious. So that is also one of the main reasons for me why I wouldn't be repurchasing this or any other carbon cleanser for that matter. So yeah, that was that. Then I have the Glam Glow Flash Mud Brightening Treatment. Now this one, I got basically a set of a lot of different Glam Glow masks, and I had like travel sizes and like teeny tiny sample sizes for all of them to try them out. I tried this one out, and unlike a lot of people who love the brightening treatment, the Flash Mud, and think that it instantly makes a difference to their skin when they wash it off, I did not notice any difference at all. The Thirsty Mud, I believe, is the blue one, and the Super Mud, obviously the white one, which is like a cult favorite, are two of my favorite Glam Glow masks. So if you really want to spend on Glam Glow and you have the money, I would recommend those two over this one. So not gonna repurchase it at all. So yeah, that was that. And then last but not the least, I have the Dot and Key Underarm Serum. I don't know what the name of it is because, like, again, the writing has gone off, so I cannot read. But yeah, this particular one, I don't know if I'm even capable of like reviewing this, because I spoke about this on my Instagram. When it comes to these sort of like products, it's kind of like I wish I would use them on a regular basis, but honestly, I just forget. Like now I've started using body lotions. So for me, like when I get out of the shower, I do my face skincare routine first, then I put on body lotion. But when it comes to things like these, I kind of just forget and I don't use them very regularly. So I have used this product a lot of times, very on and off. So like I'll use it for a couple of days, then I'll stop, then again I'll find it, and then again I'll use it for 2-3 days, again I'll stop. Recently, again, when I found this and I started using it, I was like, I'm gonna dedicatedly use this till I use it up. And I did end up using it up, but I barely used it for like a week. So I feel like because of the inconsistency and the fact that I was not using it regularly, I think that's one of the main reasons I didn't see any results with it. So yeah, I don't honestly think that I'm capable of giving you guys an honest, like thorough review on the product. So yeah, that's the reason why uh, I will tell you I'm not going to repurchase it, because again, I know myself. I know that even if I do repurchase it, the same thing is probably going to happen all over again. So it's kind of pointless. And I don't know if I can recommend it or not, if you know what I mean. But I will tell you though that if you are someone like me who is not very good at using these products regularly, then just don't buy them. Like I wish I could have not bought this and saved the money, because it was kind of a little bit pointless overall, if you know what I mean. So yeah, that was it. That was my MT's review on all of the products. I really hope that you enjoyed the video and you found it helpful. And yeah, that is it. Definitely make sure to subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed already, and you can also follow me on my Instagram. I will have my handle mentioned in the description box down below. And if there is a video in which I am like giving you more detailed opinions and like my detailed review, like for example for the Claire's or the Clinique TTDO, I'm going to leave links to those videos as well in the description box. So if you haven't checked them out yet, you can go ahead and check them out. So yeah, that is it for this video. Thank you so much. Okay, I can't talk. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Until next time, bye bye.